real raw and uncut. Real raw and uncut. Hey yo, kill the stack. Real raw and uncut. We done teamed up. We did. A podcast for the community, hard as an uppercut with that real news. Upside your headpiece, informing you with that real stuff. With the how, why, who wins and what's a reality, making it clear cut. Truth will set you free, unfiltered and no bluff, no fluff. You kid or rebut, don't be bewildered. Don't agree with the cause, great, you can speak up. Wednesdays at 8, hit the comments up. Talk your stuff, set it straight. We learn more from each other in this information age. Institutions will leave you lost and awestruck. So listen up, you'll be compelled. Maybe you'll find yourself stuck on what you thought was real. But them gems I'm dropping on this program may just appeal to your appetite for info. This an intro to reveal. Get your info on YouTube for your fill. From AM to PM, it's popping, so sit back and chill. Nobody doing it like this man on this podcast is for real. It's real raw and uncut. Real raw and uncut. Wednesdays at 8 AM.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Whether you're listening to this on your way to work, whether you listen to this at lunch, or whether you're listening to this on your way home, or whether you listen to this before you go to bed, this is the Rel Raw and Uncut podcast. I am your host, Rels. Once again, Happy New Year's to everybody. And this week I am joined with a special guest host. We've been trying to get this done for since like last year, somewhere last year. Connection's been a little different. Our schedule's been a little off, but we finally getting it done. Welcome, digital marketing and music manager, the Joker, the Overlook MC, aka Franklin Stewart. How are you doing today, brother?
Yeah, hanging in there, man. Enjoying the podcast, enjoying what you got going on. It's sweet, man. And man, blessings to you.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. A lot of people don't know. I'll give them a little backstage. We had a little technical difficulties getting it started, but he actually gave me some advice that I need to really take to account before I start these podcasts. Just with the whole bunch of glitching, because I know there was glitching in my last episode, but he gave me some information on what to do, so that way I don't have that problem again. So hopefully this one runs a little smoother than the last one. So as we go through the podcast, we'll figure it out. But anyway, How you been, man? How's your new year? How's everything going?
No, everything's good, man. Staying busy, man. It's a blessing to see another year, man. I've been pretty much building on everything and staying positive, man, and a lot of doors opening for a lot of things and opportunities, and you know what I mean. It's just been going well, to everything. Just been teaching people and all that good stuff, and also being taught because I'm still a student myself, so I'm always having an open mind in those areas. So having a good time, man. I'm enjoying it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I don't know if people listen to the old episodes that was on the Evening Rush Network with the Rels Relaxation Hour at the time, but you were interviewed back then, and you was able to give some strategies and how to, monetize your social media and things of that nature. But first, I want to start, before we get into that, I want to start with how did you actually get into this whole digital marketing? Like, what put you in that avenue to put you into that area to get started?
It was a long time ago, man. I was in South Carolina, just knowing the music business, saying everything, but I didn't really know anything about the digital era at the time. It's around 2002, 2003, maybe 2004, around that range. And when I moved to South Carolina, I met a good friend of mine, man, Mr. Will, man, good mentor, good people. Came home from the military. Had money, wanted to invest in some things, but he was into the digital world then, and him knowing that I know music is the music business, he got with me like, yo, let me show you something. Invite me over to his house, and when he invited me over to his house, he pulled out his computer. He had a laptop and a desktop. He said, let me show you something. He showed me music from one of the guys that I was working with at a clothing store. He said, check this out. He showed me. So I'm seeing numbers overseas. I'm seeing numbers from Russia. I'm seeing my numbers on there from UK. And I'm saying, what's that? I said, that's the music getting played overseas. I said, how you do that? And he was like, well, he told me the platform what it was. There was CD Baby back then. You know what I mean? This is 2000, maybe 3 or 4. And back then, you couldn't just get on the platforms like you do now. You had to be a member, and you had to be part of the circle. And it was like everything was a secret society back then. In the digital world. So that opened the door for me to learn the DSPs at the time back then and
Hmm.
how to market it. So he was like, you know, this thing about to get bigger than ever in the next 10 to 20 years. He's saying, digital marketing is going to be on a whole different wave. And I said, I want to know this because I want to stay tapped in because just in case I do something or whatever, I have a business, I want to learn how to reach a different audience on this platform to the world. So he had shown me some things of different companies he was working for back then. He was tapped in of a website called helloworld.com.
Hmm.
And that was a platform where they help you market and reach certain audience and stuff like that on their platform. You had to get a membership, you had to pay for that, and then each level had a different price to where you could reach people from email, you could reach people from any type of social network. Back then, social network was like I think MySpace was out by then, and Moco Space, something like that.
Hmm.
I think Facebook just started for the college students, but he was naming those platforms, and I was asking questions about that. So I took that and ran with it, and he taught me the basic things of what I can do, and as far as emails and stuff like that. So every update that came up, he makes sure that I learned the update and what was going on. So he was like, "Well, I'm about to get in this marketing class, and it costs, I think it was like $400 to get in." I just had the son at the time, didn't have no
Hmm.
money, I was very struggling. I was a hot pocket away from being homeless at that time. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So I was like, well, I had the money for that, but then I talked to a couple of people um that I was teaching the music business, getting involved. I knew about the physical marketing very well, far as how to where to hang flyers at, where's the marketplace. I knew that very well and met another person named Anthony Whiteman, and he hooked me up with a guy named Adele Green on the three-way. And he was like, "Well, let me do this for you. I'm gonna connect you to a link to a market class that I'm connected with. It's already paid for. I'm not gonna be able to make it because he said he had other things going on. So he gave me the link. So when he gave me the link, I went on there and it was a Bill Gates joint. You know what I'm saying? Bill Gates was talking about what's going on in this marketplace, where this marketplace on the digital side going to be in the next 25, 30 years, and where social media going to be at. And they also talk about music and businesses and websites. He was talking about people can be able to build their own website, people can be able to talk to people, FaceTime and all that. So I was learning the head of the game like what we're doing right now. He was talking about that, like StreamYard and all that. He was talking about that then.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay in tune. And so during that class with the Bill Gates jump off, they had links that you can copy, paste, and stay involved with your email where they can send you updates of what's going on. So I did that. And to this day, I still get those emails to this day. So every time something new goes on social media, how to do something, it teaches me what to do and how to do it. So I was teaching myself by going to these emails and then having mentors too on top of it to
Hmm.
give me the step by step things I need to do, how they need to do it, what's new coming up. So I knew all about the Instagram before it came out. I knew about Instagram 2 years for a launch because of it was owned by Facebook and how Facebook was upgrading, how Twitter came together with the Twitter music. I don't know if people remember that, but you could download the Twitter music and then connect it to your Twitter account and all that. So I was training people how to
Hmm.
get their music out there and all these different updates I was getting. And then some artists getting successful. I was learning a lot. Um, I got to music management at the time to help couple artists get heard overseas, and it was very consistent. I was very in detail and in depth with everything I was doing, and I was like, I want to know this to a T. You know what I mean? And then,
Mm-hmm.
long story short, the years later, other platforms are coming in, and now people start teaching on there about digital marketing. I was getting a lot of insight to a lot of people coming on YouTube, being on Periscope and all these platforms, putting up different videos about, to do this, do this, that, and the third, and giving you tips on that. So I started tuning in to those platforms and learning, signing up for different free courses and stuff like that. And then I started paying for courses and then everything started making sense. Everything
Mm-hmm.
started making sense. And then when they started doing that, people else do ads, that really caught my attention because I remember Bill Gates talking about ads back then. He was saying that everything can be connected to ads, digital ads, where it'll come up on your phone, it'll come up on your emails, it'll come up on your social media platforms. So I was like, this is kind of interesting, where you could reach people from your house, where
Mm-hmm.
you sitting right there. So I was like, that's kind of magnificent. You know what I'm saying? Then I started getting into content and algorithms and all these other type of technical things that they was bringing to the table, and I started studying them. So I was very in tune for a long time. This didn't happen overnight. I think I was very solid at it around 2017, where I really wanted to teach people. Around 2017, I wanted to give it a shot because I wanted to see people blossom, and I've been trained a lot of people. I've been coached a lot of people, music managed a lot of people, and see people's careers go up and down. Some people stayed, some people left, some people agenda changed it, and then everything's cool. We still got a good relationship. Some
Mm-hmm.
relationships went down the drain. Some I still have good relationships for, but I still stayed in tune with digital marketing and not locked in there from there. So now I'm here.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
now my question is, how important? Because like I said, I've interviewed you before,
Mhm.
but obviously this is a new audience, so a lot of people might not understand. So how important when it comes to revenue on social media, how important are hashtags and how important are the ads themselves?
That's the main part. I think the last time we talked, I had said on your show that posting is half the battle. Now it's not half the battle no more.
Oh,
Post,
really?
yeah, posting is obsolete now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, posting,
Okay.
yeah, because now when you posting, in 2024 when you posting, you're really posting to the people that's in your, how can I say this, in your pocket, that's
Hmm.
following you. When I say your pocket means the people that's always been looking at your content.
Your social
Yeah,
media space, pretty
yeah, right,
much.
right. So if you got cousin Joe been always liking your stuff for all these years, guess what? The algorithm is gonna make sure cousin Joe gonna always see your content without you doing an ad.
Okay, so now that you say that, I'm glad that you say that. So my fiance, when she signs on to Instagram, she'll sit there and say, like, often the first thing that she sees is something that I post, like as soon as Instagram comes. Is it just because that she's been following me for so long, or
Yes,
because she's in that social media space that is pretty
both,
much the first thing?
both,
Okay.
both. Yeah, it's pretty much she's in that pocket of your circle of
Hmm.
what you do, and you and also in her pockets. Everything you see of her, you're liking, sharing, commenting,
Okay. Hmm.
throwing some emojis in there now and then, showing some love. The algorithm in your pocket gonna already have that in your engines to let you know that, what I'm saying, your girl or your home girl, your homeboy, your cousin Joe gonna be in that pocket, and they're gonna see each other's stuff because y'all know each other and you guys support one another. But what about Michelle that follows you because she's a mutual friend with cousin Joe, but she don't know
Hmm.
you?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You want her to see that content too. So for her to see that content, you might have to do an ad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And to reach that target audience starts with the people that's already following you. To follow their people that's following them.
Hmm.
So you pretty much open that umbrella a little bit, but that funnel got a little bigger
Mm.
when you do an ad. So posting, like I said, posting is obsolete. It's like really, you can't really be successful at what you're trying to do just posting now. You can't make $1,000 a day just posting no more. And the reason for that is
Hmm.
because of the pandemic, and I'm gonna call it the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
He, because of the fact is that during that time of us lockdown, a post went a long way because everybody was in the
Yeah.
house.
So
You know,
everybody was on. So everybody was on. So everybody was gonna. What was everybody doing at that time on social media because they couldn't really do anything else?
can go outside, couldn't go to the store on a consistent basis because of the
Mm-hmm.
situation that we had to go through in this
Mm-hmm.
world. So everybody was on this device. Everybody was on their phones. Everybody was on their tablet. So everybody stayed in the social network community to see what everybody is doing, what they're working on, who's funny, who's being creative, who's a
Mm-hmm.
knucklehead, what's the news. You know what I mean? Everybody want to ask questions: who's sick, who's getting well, you know what I mean? Everybody is staying to make sure everybody is all right. Everybody having a community conversation in there. So when that post came, really 30 or 40% of the people were seeing your content because of without even doing an ad.
Mm-hmm.
But I did notice this though, when I did an ad during the pandemic, I hit triple the people from last year that when we wasn't locked down. You know what I'm saying? I was averaging close to 30 or 40K people just doing a basic ad with a basic audience.
Mm.
Now I did that same basic audience with the same price. It hit over almost a 500,000 people.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was in the house and the algorithm was moving so quick and them engines were moving. This is before the AI intelligence came in the building. So it was all algorithm. And it was so easy. So guess what? I entertained that set of people and was very successful in them set of people
Mm-hmm.
on everything I was doing. And I was making money in my sleep at that time doing that
Mm.
and took advantage of that situation like everybody else did that was very successful during that time. Like the young boy who did NFTs at that time
Mm-hmm.
and made his mom a multimillionaire off her credit card when she thought the bank made a mistake. So
And the
that's
pandemic, the pandemic either caused you to become creative and become a business-minded person, or caused you to be lazy. It was really no in between, to be honest with you.
yeah. And those who was lazy were the ones who did that PPP loan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, got them LLCs, and now they changed the laws of LLCs starting January 1st of this year. They changing the laws of LLCs now. So those who have an LLC need to do a Google search on the new laws, so you will get caught up to where you could be in debt over something you not recognize what's going on because they're not really pushing the issue uh, like they should. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just to bring that out so people can go ahead and do some research on it if they have an LLC.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Need to. I'm glad you said that. Now I gotta go check that out too.
Yeah, yeah. Very important. Very important to know that. It's definitely it's good for some people. It's bad for others, especially the ones that don't really know business, but they
Mm-hmm.
did it. They get that quick money. But people like yourself that really know what you want to do, what you want to do, and you have goals and you have challenges in your business, it's going to work good for you because you know exactly what to do and you know how to maneuver. Okay, I'm gonna do what they tell me to do because I know that's not me, but I'm gonna go follow the rules, do what to do, and I'm gonna capitalize off it because all these other people that's in my region that have an LLC, it's gonna be more room for me once they get knocked off the the stage. I'm gonna have the lane to myself with other people that's doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be successful off it. So that's a good thing, in that area. You know what I mean? So just to let people know, just definitely do some research and Google on that area because that's very important, man. People mess the game up for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So being a digital marketing and music manager, I have to ask, what is the pros and what are the cons to the title?
Um, the cons to it, man, is like a lot of people won't believe you. A lot of people would hate. Or a lot of people will want and have an entitlement. I get a lot of people come to my inbox entitled, and a lot of things too. It's all about to become to in my space. You will have to definitely know something about some form of business, or you have an open mind to learn. So the cons is definitely the people that just don't know and they're lazy and they just want me to do all the work for them. I had an
Mm-hmm.
artist hit me up today said, I don't want to do that. I want you to do it for me. Like I could do it for you to a sense, but in a sense, I can't do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
And just for that behalf, it's going to cost you a little bit more bread because you're not wasting money, but you're wasting money, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? But the pros from it is that you could a lot of people could benefit off it. Yourself, anybody can benefit off it if you really have an open mind to really understand and understand the marketing, digital marketing world and community. Because there are communities in this thing and there's a world in this thing. Um, you know, Facebook is a community. It's a marketing community. So you can reach people that's in that community. Instagram is a digital community. You can reach people by doing ads there to reach that community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Same thing with LinkedIn, Twitter, better known as X now. They all have a community. You know what I mean? Now I had to understand. I just understood this last past couple of months with my mentors. They broke it down to me like, you know, every platform is different, so that every platform has a different community. Even
Mm-hmm.
though you might be on Instagram and you might be on Facebook, but even though you're on both, they're still different communities. Even though you're on both.
And even though it's owned by the same company.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that part I had to understand and understand myself as a teacher because both algorithms work together, but they still different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're gonna work together at certain situations. It depends how you market it, depends how you know your audience is up to that person. How in depth do they know their audience? What keywords to use and those things to help that ad move forward to another level to reach people that don't know who you are, don't have a clue, but they love what you're doing or how good the content is or something they might need if you're selling something. So, and it makes sense. When he broke it down to me in baby steps like that, it really makes sense. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Because I was teaching people for a while as the package. That I wasn't doing nothing wrong. It's just at that time, that's what it was. You could teach people with the whole package of everything. Now things is transition with AI and algorithms. They're two different things now. You know what I mean? Now you have to understand and understand those two things of how you do these and how it works with the algorithm. You know what I mean? So those things. But the pros is definitely it's a big opportunity. You can definitely make some money in your sleep, man. Like I know some business folks that have been doing this just as long as I've been learning this and figuring it out that they're making a couple of figures a year. Some make a couple of figures a month
Mm.
off this platform, man. You know what I mean? It's like, to say this real quick. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
You watch Shark Tank?
I haven't watched it like a lot, but I've seen it. I think I seen one a couple of weeks ago where the girl was like it was about a brother. It was two girls and a boy. The brothers, sister and brothers, whatever. And they were selling something that their father, who was in the army, made,
Mm-hmm.
but he passed away. So they had to come up with like this big business plan, and Mark Cuban and a bunch of them guys, and they ended up like financially supporting them. So
Mm-hmm.
I have seen it, so I understand the basis of what it is.
Mm-hmm. Now, Shark Tank even understand digital marketing now. When I first started watching Shark Tank years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when they first started, there was more on the corporate side of it things.
Mm-hmm.
And now after the years come them doing it, now they learning more about the digital side, and now they real solid with that side of the deal now. And I
Mm-hmm.
salute to them now. It's a young lady that was on Shark Tank maybe a couple months, maybe might be about a month ago. Young lady, I forgot what she was selling, and I remember Mr. Wonderful asked her, "What are your numbers on social media?" And she said, "Guess what she said?
What?
I don't have a social media."
Oh.
Okay. Then Mark Cuban said, "What?" Dave Johnson said, "What? How do you making numbers?" She said she got her numbers from going door to door and doing emails. Okay, she was part of the digital marketing. Emails is part of it. Doing
Mm-hmm.
email blasts, that's very a solid market. That really is a solid market. I want people to use email blasts more often. That's real a good thing to do. So that's how she was getting her numbers, and that's how she was selling things. She was selling. I think her numbers was like she was making close to 1.2 million a year
Just off
And
the email blast and the door to
uh,
doors.
just email blasting and door to door. She was making $1 million. She was traveling, and the money that she was with traveling, they would access numbers on that. So they went through all that, through the whole thing, and then she was trying to get people to invest.
Mm-hmm.
They all said, for one reason that I can't invest in you is because you don't have a social media platform to reach the digital world. So for that reason, I'm out.
Mm.
So for that to being said, I was like, that's the thing I've been telling people for a long time. You cannot make it to another level or get another investor involved in your life or sponsor if you're not even taking a chance to be on a digital platform, and understand the digital community that you're in. If it's IG, if it's Facebook, if it's Twitch, if it's Clubhouse, if it's Snapchat, if it's TikTok, it don't matter. They all have a community
Mm-hmm.
that you can reach worldwide to take care of your family and make money in your sleep. So when I seen that, I wish I would have taped it. I might go on YouTube, see if I can get that clip and chop it up and put it up as a commercial on my platform, because that really got me to know that I'm on track of what I do and to help others go to that next level as a business owner, not just musically, but as a business owner. I don't care if you're selling drawers, socks. I don't care. There's a market for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a market with them headphones you got on. There's a marketplace for that. So for you, as you designing your own headphones, you got to figure out where's the best market where I can sell these headphones, and what keywords I can use in my audience to do an ad to reach those who love headphones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? So all that being said is you have to be part of the digital community to make it in anything to make money. You can't. So she's making money, but she same thing with my Cubans. You hit a wall. You know what I mean? You can grow still with the emails, but that's like that's like jogging 1 mile for 6 hours. Like, who got that much time?
Yeah, and then how many more doors can you knock on before you end up knocking on the same doors?
Right. You know what I mean? And how you you reaching the people, you doing hand in hand, okay, that's cool. They like the network part of it. That's powerful. But what else can you do on top of that? It's other things, like 7 to 10 other things you can do to enhance, to open your funnel a little better,
Mm-hmm.
to where you can have other different streams of income with the same product and the same brand that you're doing to be successful. Except because she wasn't on social media, they all said no. And they all had a plan for it. But when she said she wasn't on social media, they ripped their paper up. They tore out their paper and threw it in the trash.
Well, hopefully this didn't discourage her, and she now realized she needed social media as help.
Well, she did say that after, when
Oh, okay,
she said, "I'm
okay.
definitely gonna get a Facebook." She said, "I'm gonna get an Instagram." She has a website, but with the website, you can't do nothing with a website without social media.
Mm-hmm.
Even your
Because
website is dead if you don't have social media.
yeah, because if you have a website but you have no social media, how can you direct people to the website?
Exactly.
It's only
You,
like I said, it's only so many doors you can knock on before you knock on the same doors.
there's so many emails you can reach out. Like, where are you getting emails from? Number one.
Yeah.
That's the thing I want to ask you if I was on the show. Where are you getting emails if you don't have social media? That's my question. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
she found the cheat code somewhere.
I don't know
I
what
mean,
the cheat code. It wasn't on the internet.
no, she
Unless she has an email app where you can get emails in different cities, because they do have an email app phone book that you can download, that you can get emails of different people. And actually has a marketing thing to it. Somebody sent me something in my email. I clicked on it for a little bit and browsed through it. It was something like a email phone book where you can go to certain areas, like you in New York, so I can go around your area to get emails if it's registered, if it's not private, because if it's not a private on your Google, anybody can find it.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? There was an app for that. It was like it was called email book, email phone book, something like that. Something crazy like that. It was called the app, and
Mhm.
and they had like 7 or 10 other apps like that too. So she must have used that. She had to. I mean, far as because she had no social media, she didn't have no Facebook, no IG. So I'm like, well, how did she? You know what I mean? Then I thought about it, she got to be
Mhm.
using an app that has that information in to where she can find emails, so she can do email blasts and find and hopefully she probably didn't even know her audience. She was just doing random emails and just giving the
Mhm.
blast. She would just get lucky, I guess. I know. I mean, that was kind of interesting for me. I'm like, word, okay.
Mm.
All right, do you then, boo boo? You making millions of dollars, made $1 million in 1 year. Like,
Facts.
that's
Mhm.
you still doing something right. But imagine if
Mhm.
she had social media with that.
Oh, that could have been at least 5 to 10 million, maybe.
Easy. She wouldn't need Shark Tank.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
She would have set foot in Shark Tank. She would
Mm.
have a corporation by now. And we
Mhm.
all would know about it and probably be part of it. I forgot what she was sounding, but we probably would have been a part of it.
It's possible.
You know what I mean? So it's
Absolutely.
like it's crazy. So for that information I got right there, and I tell this to a lot of my clients in my audience that I speak to on my platform, is that you have to learn how to be consistent, persistent, know your audience, and make sure your content look like MTV, VH1, the stuff you see on TV with high resolution.
Mhm.
Everything should be high resolution. No shortcuts involved. Anybody that's trying to do shortcuts in this game, you know what I mean? You're going to shortcut yourself out of a paycheck and an opportunity.
Mm.
You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people that love a shortcut. They always try to shortcut. No, I'm not going to do that. Joker, man, I'm going to do this to here. And I'm going to blow up from this. Oh, word? Okay, I'm going to see where you're going to be at in the next 6 months.
Mm.
Why 6 months? It might take a year. No, because the internet works faster now. People is actually being successful overnight.
Yeah.
Of the consistency of the long term that became a short term.
Mm.
So it is what it is. So you've been doing this for a long time, but if you do this for a long time, it could be an overnight thing
Mhm.
because it's all about hitting that right niche.
Yep. All you need is
One time,
one time could change your life forever.
one time. 'Cause once you find that right niche, you're not going to lose it. It's impossible unless you
Mhm.
just quit. That's the only way.
Mhm.
So, you know,
So now you mentioned this a couple of times, so and I had asked a question earlier, but kind of went past it. How important are keywords or hashtags?
um, hashtags is important to the point of depends how many. Some people say 30 hashtags, some say you could do 25, which I never really seen nothing bad really happen with that. I might seen some people's ads slow down, but I never seen nobody really fail from that. But
Mhm.
my mentors, my 3 mentors that I talked to out of my 9 mentors that I have, they say try to lower your hashtags to where it makes sense, to where those hashtags represent what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you're a podcast, you know, use hashtags that's affiliated with a podcast or is about podcasts. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Try not to do hashtags in the beginning of your ad campaign um, that's affiliated with you yet. Start with the things that actually mean something that got something to do with your podcast or your surrounding, people that love that's a part of podcast like radio.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So if you a bakery, I use this exercise on the last interview or your last podcast you was on. You know what I mean? You're gonna break down what a bakery is in those hashtags, even your keywords.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna put candy on there. You know what I mean? Even though that might be part of it, but you don't use that right away. You just start an ad. You don't want to
Mhm.
you want to give them the specific things that represent a bakery. Cakes, cupcakes, cookies,
Mhm.
bread. Boom. That's 4 hashtags. And that's also 4 keywords that you can start off with. You know what I mean? Now you put the brand in there. What's the name of your bakery? JoJo's Bakery. Okay, hashtag JoJo's Bakery. What
Mhm.
city are you in? You know what I'm saying? We are in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, put hashtag Brooklyn, New York. You know what I mean? Then do researches on those hashtags. See how many people is on those hashtags. How many people follow those hashtags? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, got you. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So once you find out how many people follow those hashtags, you can use it. Now, your hashtag might not be nobody following it, but you and a couple people that you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's going to build up because those people that's in them other hashtags is going to follow suit if they love your bakery stuff in your local area. Because you're
Mm-hmm.
going to do a campaign ad just for the bakery in Brooklyn because you based out of Brooklyn. You want to get that hashtag and that market campaign in that area only for your first campaign, for at least for the first 2 or 3 months, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But be very consistent with it. Make sure your content looks very well. Make sure you have a good editor. Make sure that thing look like a TV. Make sure that commercial look like you watching a movie and you watching Lifetime with your wife, and the commercial come on, and it caught your eye after the commercial because you really into the movie, but that commercial hit you like, oh, okay, that's kind of dope. And it caught your attention. You got to have that type of wow in your content,
Mm-hmm.
so the algorithm gonna do a wow too and bring more people to it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Same thing with keywords. You know what I mean? Let me go into keywords real
Uh-huh.
quick.
Go
You
ahead.
know what I mean? You got like I said, the bakery. You got your cookies, you got your cakes. You know what I mean? Let's start off with cookies. What kind of cookies you're making?
Like so you could so for example, you would be like hashtag cookies, hashtag chocolate chip cookie, hashtag peanut butter cookie, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But
Would you
also,
have would you have to put the cookie as well, or would you just be able to put like hashtag chocolate, hashtag peanut butter?
you got to know what kind of peanut butter. You got peanut butter cookies.
Okay, okay,
You
okay,
could be you could put chocolate or chocolate chip. That could be anything. That could be chocolate chip candy. That could be chocolate chip. you
okay.
know what I'm
All
saying?
right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can be talking about anything. You know what I mean? And then after that, then the algorithm gonna be confused. Like, with anybody that like chocolate chip, I'm gonna give it to him. And there might be that Joe Blow dude that's doing music. His name maybe DJ Chocolate Chip.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And
I
then
get it.
then it might he might get it on his feeds, and he can be like, "What?" And then they gonna say, "Do you want to see more of this?" And he gonna say no. So now the algorithm is
Uh
confused.
oh yeah, because I have noticed that because it wasn't like this the last time I interviewed, but I do notice that now on Instagram they'll send you certain videos like an Explorer, and
Yeah.
then they'll ask you at the bottom, do you want to see more videos like this? Yes or no?
Yep. That's how you find that audience.
Mm,
You can find your audience easier now than ever now. So there's no reason for failure for anybody that's doing something on the internet if they know their audience.
mm,
There's no excuses now for real. But the key thing of everything is being consistent.
mm-hmm,
Some people are doing an ad like that don't have an algorithm whatsoever. You know what I mean? Will do an ad for 30 days and then they'll stop doing an ad for another 30 days and then they start back up. Now the algorithm like, okay, I know you, but I don't know you. What you trying to do? Okay, you doing the same ad. Okay, using the same hashtag, using the same. Okay, I just sent you 20,000 people. The engines then also sent me another 30. I filter out the ones I want you to have. I haven't seen you in 30 days. Let me sit back and wait. When they sit back and wait, now you're paid to shadow ban because the other algorithm don't know what to do.
the power of artificial intelligence.
Yes, they don't know what to do. They sitting there waiting on you like, okay, the ad is going. It's reaching the same people I sent you before. 30% wasn't interested. 20% blocked you. Okay, what we doing here? The algorithm is like God.
Mm-hmm,
It really is. You know what I mean? God have a sense of humor. The algorithm have a sense of humor too.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? It's like you have to really get into your space of what you're trying to do to make that algorithm do more work than you on the computer than you off the computer. That's your goal. Your goal is to lay down and go to sleep. The algorithm is working while you sleep.
mm,
So when you
mm,
wake up, you see results.
mm,
Or you come home from work or you come back from the gym, you can see results. You know what I mean? That's the goal. You know what I mean? I've been doing it for so long. I could not do an ad for a month,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still can average 230 people that actually love what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's when you know that I can get back in the game real good. That actually love what I'm doing and following, engage, and everything without me doing an ad.
Mm.
I went to a friend of mine's page. He said, I get the same thing. I said, okay, how many followers you getting a week? 2. Then you not have a relationship with the algorithm. You didn't do it long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Then what did they ask me? What did I do? What did I do? What I did was I stopped doing heavy duty ads in May because I got so busy doing other things in May of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment, I did it for 7 years straight. I was doing ads for 7 years straight every month, more than 15 days a month, 7 years straight. So the algorithm know who I am without me doing an ad for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can go back and do an ad. This time I want the algorithm to jump faster. So I'm not going to do a $1 ad. I'm not going to do a $2 ad. I'm not going to do a $3 ad. I'm going right in and do a $10 ad for about 5 days. Oh, okay. You hit 10 more different cities now? Oh, and the content is off the chain. I know you. Let me do this. And before you know it, they hitting the 10,000 people off the jump the first 15 minutes I put in an ad.
Mm.
And then my percentage go right up within 15 minutes. And I'm in the green within 15, 20 minutes. I play with the ad. I play with the algorithm. I really do. Because I know where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A lot of people can't do that. Some people can, but a lot of people can't do that, especially in music. Music is the toughest in algorithms. Music, if you're an artist,
Mm-hmm.
producer, DJ, you know what I mean? In that era, it's very tough. You know what I mean? Podcasting ain't that bad. Podcasting is pretty easy. Because the podcast market is all over the place. Everybody loves podcasts now. Podcasts is taking over. That's the new radio. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you market a podcast, man, and you just do a $2 a day for 30 days for your first ever campaign ever, and you could take a rest for a week and then do another one for another 30 days for $3 a day, for another 30 days after that, man, you in there then. You in there that swimwear because everything will work for you now because people gonna be sharing, people gonna be liking what you're doing, they're gonna love the content, they're gonna be clicking on things, and it's gonna work for you because people love podcasts. Podcasts is easy to market.
Mm.
It really is. So that's what unless it's somebody that's doing podcasts that's taking shortcuts, and the algorithm knows everything. They can know if you're not official. They know all that. They know if you just doing it for fun. They know they could tell. They can actually tell. For part of the engagement too of the people that's watching, the people that
Mm-hmm.
comments and stuff like that. All that's being recorded.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So if you get like 4 or 5 comics of people saying something crazy and then you replying to it without blocking them, they're gonna think that's part of your audience. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime a negative to come on my joint that people come in with some negative, we block them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not messing up my algorithm because you want to act stupid or you a hater or whatever you're doing. We're not doing that. Or I don't reply. You know, sometimes I won't reply. Some things I just won't reply. But if they keep getting ratchet with it, and be consistent with it, nah, we gotta block you, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that people don't understand too. When you're doing the podcast, or if you taking things serious when you live as an artist, or if you trying to, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's why I love the people that come on and show a lot of love. That really hypes me up because that helps that highlight of your algorithm move forward to bring more people to you. That's why they have highlights on Facebook.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that too because I never really paid attention to the highlights before, but I noticed that they put like people will post something and put at highlight at everyone.
That's right. Because
Mm.
it's a highlight. It's a highlight piece of content that need to be seen. it's important.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's important, or if it looks good, or something that they're promoting to come to a show, or something new coming soon, or I got new product in my store for sale, or maybe you might like it. Maybe you might not have no money, but you like what they're doing. Maybe you want to share it because you might know 4 or 5 females that like them type of earrings. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I don't got no money. You know what I'm saying? I know my wife like it. We got no money right now, but guess what? I'm gonna share it. Maybe her sister Tammy might like it. Boom. Let me share it. Let me tag her in it. You know what I mean? Let me put everyone so everybody that's
Mm-hmm.
following me can see these earrings because they is dope. And when I get my little check, I might hit wifey up, or wifey might want to treat herself. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You know what I mean? That's dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's dope.
Absolutely. The social media world is one or two things. There's no in between. You can either help everybody out or there's haters. There's never really any in between.
But some of the haters they ain't really dirty no more, man. That's what I can say about the haters. Haters ain't really rude no more, and I like that type of hater. I do.
Uh, I think
I
the
do.
only haters you really see that are that bad are probably on Twitter.
Yeah, you facts. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, facts.
those haters will never be this. Those haters will never change because they're always able to hide behind a phony account.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. And I can see that. I can see that X, better known as Twitter. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? I can see they trying to change that. They upgrading a lot. Salute to them. I don't mess with my Twitter page. I never did since they changed it. I don't like. I don't. It's just don't. It rubs me the wrong way.
hmm
I just don't. If these connected to my other platforms and it still pops up on there, it just pop up on there, and then people
hmm
see it. They don't. It really don't matter to me. My main baby to me is Facebook and IG. I don't have a TikTok because I did have TikTok in the beginning, but TikTok is very powerful. I know the ins and outs of the basics of TikTok. I know, especially in the music world, I know that market very well. And
hmm
for you artists that listening right now on this platform, if you have a TikTok, what I'm saying, I know a lot of people is taking their music off the DSPs because of Spotify. I recommend you don't, because you want to continue to build a community that likes your music and use that bait to do that, to bring them to your website. Um, what I like about TikTok is that, say that we take a clip from your show,
hmm
and then somebody take this clip and put my music behind it and put it on TikTok. It's gonna be a button at the bottom saying, "Do you like this music?" It's a button. You can click that button. Whatever app is on your device, phone or anything, it automatically goes on your playlist when you press that button.
Mm, never knew that.
So anybody that like that music is playing behind of watching the clip, you like to, oh, that's kind of dope. Who that? Click on it. It automatically goes to their YouTube, or it goes to their Spotify, Apple Music if they got an Apple phone.
hmm
It goes on their playlist, and then you'll get a text, or you'll get an email saying this song you clicked on TikTok is now in your playlist. The Joke with Overlook of C song, boom, boom. And then you can go on your email and they have like a little snippet of my music,
hmm
and it plays to remind you this is the song that you chose from TikTok. And that's dope because every time you click on it, that is a stream and that is a publishing check for me. You know what I'm saying? That's like being spent on the radio.
Mm,
For those artists that's listening to this here, if you put your music on organic audio on Facebook, make sure you put your IPI number from your pro in the description so you can get paid for that stream. So anybody that clicks on it or anybody that shares it, you get paid every time it plays. That's like getting played on rotation on the radio. That's free money that Facebook got to cut you a check on.
mm.
There's so much free money you can make with music. So many ways you can make money with music. It is. You know what I'm saying? These are things that a lot of artists don't recognize. You know what I mean? When you get that end of the year thing and they see all them numbers, a lot of them come from not just playlists, but a lot of them do come from social media. It comes from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
Mhm.
Because people use them for stories, people use them on
Yeah.
reels.
Reels, yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's a play. That's a hit. You know what I'm saying? People use them on podcasts. I use music on podcasts all the time. And I'm gonna say this to you artists on here too. If somebody's playing your music, somebody's getting paid. If it ain't you, you need to find out who it is.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I could be live on your jump off right now and play a song right now. Somebody's getting paid because I played it.
Mm.
Somebody getting paid when you play it. Is it the artist or somebody else? Somebody getting paid. So every time your music get played, somebody is getting paid. Somebody's playing your video, somebody is getting paid.
Mm.
There's nothing free on these platforms inside or outside anymore. When we first gave us these platforms, everything was free. Nothing's not free. Even though we're on here now on the
Mm-hmm.
platforms, you know how you can tell you that it ain't free? Because when you first get a Facebook page or IG page right now,
Mm-hmm.
your page is blackballed off the jump. Nobody's seeing your content no matter who's following you.
Mm.
So only way you're gonna get seen if you pay for an ad. Point blank, that's across the board.
Oh, okay. And that must have been recent because you didn't mention that on the last podcast.
Yeah, right. This started January 1st, 2024. But I've been talking about it
Okay.
the whole year. Um I've been talking about it since February 2023 when I got the news through my mentors and going through things and do some research and all that. And I
Mm-hmm.
was saying, y'all, this is last year for the free. Y'all better start breaking bread. Y'all better get involved with these podcasts. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get with you know what I'm saying? Rails Raw Uncut podcast. Come in and ask them how much it costs to get advertising because that's how you're going to get your algorithm moving to people to see you. You got to get involved with things like this. It's important. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is the open door for an artist or somebody that's doing a movie or a clothing line. These podcasts mean a lot right now. It's awesome marketing promotion for your brand. It's time to network. You can't do nothing by yourself anymore. No matter how much money you're paying for an ad, you got to get involved.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I get involved with everybody. I mean, I network with everybody. You know what I mean? And then those who want to get into my circle and I haven't seen you grind and I haven't seen you do nothing, you know, you got to pay to play. The game is to not to be told, is to be sold.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
if anybody want to get on your platform and advertise on there, you know, you got to, give them a price. Like, you know what I'm saying? I advertise your joint for a month for 100. Cash app is this. Let's go. It is what it is. You know, and there's no way around it. So anybody that's coming on these platforms thinking you get a free ride and think you're gonna be successful as an actor, actress, a DJ, close a line, a business, you got to pay to play. You got to network heavy. Yeah, you got to network real heavy. You
Mm.
know, even though the physical, it's still the same. You still got to hug and kiss babies.
Facts.
It's,
Word.
just, you know what I mean? It's like it's nowhere around it. Everybody want to do shortcuts. Everybody want a handout. Like guy hit me up today. He want me to come out to. He invited me to a function in Montreal, Canada, because I have a fan base in Montreal, Canada, because
Mm-hmm.
I was a DJ and podcast on 514 Online Mix Radio for a year.
Mm-hmm.
He want me to come out. Yeah, man. Hey, if you paying for the travel, hotel fees, I come out. He asked me how much it was. I gave him a price. I get back with you. I'm talking to my team now. We need you to come out. I'll say, hey, mate, let's do business. Let's make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I come out. I be in the building, and I make it your wild because I bring my equipment with me too. You know what I mean? And mark what you got going on, so you can have a brand for yourself, so you can be relevant.
Mm.
Because you paid me to come out, and I'm a brand, and my brand is not free when it comes to if you're not affiliated. We've been affiliated, so that's a relationships. Build
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
Facts.
People don't know how to build relationships with their brand. They think because their music is hot or their fashion is hot, you good. Nah, but who know about your music? Who know about that fashion? Who's seen it? Who's wearing it? What value did you bring to that product?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How can you bring product to your clothing line? You know what I'm saying? Um, Bring your product to a person that has value. And can bring an influencer that got value. You know what I mean? Like, I know that my platform has value. You know what I mean? So yeah, cats give me merch to wear on my platform because I have value.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing they give me is what? It's a hat because I love hats. That's the first thing you're gonna see on my platform when I wear a hat. Then people gonna be in the comments, oh, where'd you get the hat from? You know what I mean? And once they do that, then that open the door for me to talk about the hat.
Yep.
I just gave you a customer,
Or at least a follower.
follower, customer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the followers gonna end up being a customer, or that follower gonna end up
Exactly.
being a fan.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like value. I give. I'm also got painted drip. I design shoes. I design these shoes here for my wife, and I give these. I design shoes to the influencers that I know that has value. Uh, you know, um, I done did a pair of shoes for Whitney Payton, who's one of the top artists out of Phoenix that go on tour every year, independent, and she was nominated for a Grammy. I believe she won a Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
So I designed her a pair of shoes. She posted up on her Instagram, say, "This is by Painted Drip. I appreciate you."
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody that's following her is following Painted Drip on IG now.
Yep.
Saying now they want a pair. You know what I mean? And she didn't even wear them on her tour yet. The tour's coming up in May. She's wearing them, and she's coming to Pittsburgh. And then I'm going to meet her backstage, and she's gonna have the shoe. And then they're gonna see me just take a picture, and I'm gonna send her some more merch
Mm-hmm.
designed by Painted Drip to put more on the tour and give one to her DJ, get one to her manager.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. You know what I mean? Now they're influencer. Now they're gonna post it up on their platform.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people that have clothing lines that mess up at. They think because they give it to cousin Charles who be on the block and he's a crackhead, he gonna get you out there. No, he's not an influencer. That's your fam. I'll salute to him. But who's actually gonna bring value to your brand?
People who already have a influence in the social media world.
You know what I mean?
All it takes is one celebrity to wear your shirt, your hat, your
Your
pants,
hat,
your sweatsuit.
set scarf,
Yep.
keychain,
Where you get that from? Where you get that from? Oh, I got it from here. Now everything changes for you dramatically.
a glass with a logo on it. Did I
Mm-hmm.
drink water on my podcast for? And I had a logo facing the screen, and
So now they're looking at the logo.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
First they gonna ask what I'm drinking, and then they're gonna see what's that logo on your glass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with liquor. I might have a vodka that somebody came out with. Now I'm on with the glass, the people like they like who I'm drinking. Oh, the new vodka called so and so. Go check it out at so-and-so.com. I
Mm-hmm.
just opened the door for whoever's listening to go check out that vodka.
Yep.
It's who you bringing it to. So you might have a fashion designer, you might have music. If you have merch, even as an artist, let some of these people wear your merch because your merch gonna make more money than the music.
The merch is gonna bring them to your music.
Gonna bring it to the music. You can make $10,000 a month before you make $10,000 in your music.
Mm.
The music is just extra now because now they listen to something that's gonna be on their playlist that you can work out on. Like, oh, that joint dope, man. That's my warm up song. That's hot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I could do an extra set with that joint. You know what I'm saying? I yours doing 4 sets of 20. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 more sets with that joint. Joint fire.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you know, it's hand in hand, man. It's hand in hand. It's like I give people these tips, man, and they say they grab onto them, and then some hold on, some don't. Some have their own agenda, think it's gonna work, but then it don't work for a long period of time. Like I have a special, the special I had for the marketing class. You know what I'm saying? It was at 150. You know what I mean? And a lot of people jumped on it, and I said you got to hurry up for the new year drop, 2024. But now it's up to $200 for the marketing mega class, and it's $40 extra if you want the coaching for the whole 12 months. So I can coach you through things throughout
Mm-hmm.
your without the 12 months to help you go through some things that you have a issue with that I can help you with. And then if I feel that you're doing an amazing job with yourself and marketing yourself, I might go in and do an investment. I might go ahead and do an ad to where it can go to your product on my
Mm.
behalf. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you got to want it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do things for people that don't want it. You got to really be open-minded and want to learn how to market yourself. When you learn how to market yourself, the people outside gonna think you have a team.
Mhm.
And 90% of the time you don't have a team. But you knowing how to market yourself, it's gonna be amazing. They're gonna be like, man, Rel doing this thing, man. He didn't got this many views on his podcast. He didn't sold this much merch for his joint, man. The dude that's rapping on the joint, man, he on this and that, boom, boom, boom. Cause everything going hand in hand. They're like, how he? And they're like, yo, man, yo, who you with? You be like, me and my wife. Like, what? How? Because you don't market it. You know how to market yourself. You
Mhm.
using the same device that you got. You have a phone, right? Yeah, I got a phone. You got a tablet, right? Yeah, I got a tablet. You got a laptop. You got a laptop. I have all three of them things at home. I'm doing the same
Yep.
thing you using and being successful.
Yep. Yep. You just grind. I'm just grinding harder.
Grinding harder, and
Or
you
I learn
know,
how to use how to, or I learned
and you
how to
learn how to
use that.
use it.
Yep. Yep.
The grind is hard, but the grind ain't even hard no more. It's all about knowing what to do because you still working out, going to the gym.
Mhm.
You still spending time with your wife and the family.
Mhm.
You still taking vacations.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You still doing the things that you still lifing on top of what you're doing. So you're not gonna stop those things. You know what I mean? So, but you still doing the things you're doing because you know. Now, if you don't know, you're gonna super hard because you still trying to figure it out. The
Yep.
ones that came in 2024 on this device still figuring it out, it's a long year for
Absolutely.
them.
Absolutely.
Long year for them. Because why? They don't want to sacrifice $200 to take the class to know how to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this right here, and you know what I'm saying, and then I'm let you go ahead and go to the next segment. Somebody asked me, "How did you do it?" And I said this on somebody's platform. I said, I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I sacrificed 3 months worth of rent. I did not pay the rent man for 3 months, and took all that money 3 months and invested in what I got going on now. And by the time I was gonna get evicted, I knew how to get the bag to pay them all that money back with the late fees,
Mm.
and did it. It was tough. I was a day away from getting kicked out the house, being on the street
Mm.
homeless again.
Mm.
I took that risk. When I told them that, people got in fear real quick, like, "Whoa, hold on, I can't." If if you know your passion and you know what you're getting yourself into, you believe in yourself, and I did. And if I would have took an L, I've been homeless before. It wouldn't bother me. Been there before. I was homeless in 90% of the 80 to 90% of the 90s. I was homeless on the street, living under the bridge in Buffalo,
Mm.
New York.
Mm.
And I did that. And now look at me. Now I'm working for myself for over 2 years. Not punched in the clock, work for nobody. And moved from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Last time we talked, now I'm in Pittsburgh.
Mm.
And now my wife, she somewhat worked for herself pretty much. She got her tech license. She worked for a friend of hers at a salon, but she has her own tech license. So she could open her own tech store if she wants to.
Mm.
She could open her own salon right now. All she gotta do is get an LLC and a DBA, and she good. And do the same thing her friends doing. But she's building her own book, her own customers, and getting like $300 to $400 tips a week. So on top of the commission.
So right
So
now she's just chilling.
yeah, she's still working for herself to me
Mhm.
because she control her own books. Nobody control her books for her. That's independent. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And we doing okay.
Absolutely.
You know. And I got 3 or 4 streams of income. I got the shoes, I got the marketing. I'm a music manager. I'm a marketing for one of the biggest, one of the top not radio, but labels with Dawn, Even Rush Network. You know what I'm saying? With the
Shout out
tour
to
going
them.
with it. You know what I mean? Doing 8 things. I'm behind that. I'm behind a lot of things for opportunity for more money. So,
Mhm.
and I'm consistent with it. So, I'm taking risks. I'm fearless.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And that's just me and God. I God first in everything I do. So God never lied to me yet and never made no mistakes. So why not?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're about to close out, but before we close out, I ask everybody this one question before we close out. What would you, as your older self, tell you as your younger self coming up?
Good question. Oh man. My older self telling my younger self.
Yep.
My older self would tell my younger self is you've been by yourself from the beginning. So stop depending on people. That's what I tell my younger self. 'Cause I depended on a lot of people when I was younger.
Mm,
They not there for you. They not there for you in the beginning. It's all cap.
mm.
That's what I would tell
About as real as it gets.
them.
So let everybody know where they can find you.
Y'all can find the podcast, the underground, not the underground lounge no more. I retired that. The morning show podcast is on the morning show podcast on Facebook, the morning show podcast on IG, Green Ties Media on YouTube. And we also are being played on our show on the Even Rush Network also. So them the places that you can find the podcast. If you just want to find me, my government is Franklin Stewart on uh, Facebook and just Overlook MC. Make sure you spell out the MC all together on IG if you want to holler at me personal on that. And if you want to check out the custom shoes, is at painted_drip on IG. And you can see all the other shoes I'm doing. I'm finna do a pair of Air Force Ones for Fat Joe also. That's gonna be fun.
Nice, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
And don't forget, guys, if you need any advice on marketing or you want to grow your social media fan base, and you just want some extra revenue while you sleep, just make sure you hit this guy up. He got
yeah.
all the
Appreciate it.
information you need, all the tools you need. I'm gonna post it on my social media so that they know how to get in contact with you. I'm gonna post up the shoes, the website for the shoes on social media so they know how to get in contact with you.
Yes,
Um, so don't worry, I got you on that. So I'm gonna take
yeah,
care of all of that for you. So we good.
yeah, yeah. No doubt. And also, I'm also a music manager. I manage an artist named Bars Banger. Go to
Uh-huh.
barsbanger.com.
All right,
Yeah,
send that to me too, and send me the info on that. I'll put that on the social media page as well.
yes, no doubt. I appreciate you.
All right, always, always. So thanks again for being my guest. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got together in the new year to handle this. Everything's on God's timing, so we had to figure it out, and He figured
Oh
it out
yeah,
for us.
yeah. Appreciate it.
All right, so take care, man. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Wednesdays at 8.